Good morning and welcome to your reading for January 17th and 18th. We are doing a reading for the collective as to what will be happening during this time of January 18th, where we have a new moon in Capricorn. And this new moon really emphasizes long-term growth and establishing structures that are built to last and that will move at a steady pace throughout the year in 2026. So I thought it was really important to look at the astrology for people so that we can adjust our intentions and really live this balanced life with a focus a focus on what our spirit is asking us. So I have received some messages here, and the first one I want to talk about is the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and in action. So we have a Shaolin Master. So grace is what really stands out to me in this card. I talked about before the book that I read about the game of life and how to play it, and in there it talks about grace, and this is where I think got the true meaning, I guess, of grace, is that when we move through life with grace, and what that means is if we find ourselves, maybe calling ourselves down or calling someone else down or casting judgment, when you notice that, and I know that you notice the energy when you feel those feelings. When you feel that, you can just take a minute and ask that you be covered by grace, that you take back those words that you used or the thoughts that you had about that person. So whether or not, like in the game of life and how to play it, it says, I am covered by the grace of God. So then when that happens, that you can say, I'm covered by the grace of God. So really intentional movement and action at this time is what I'm really picking up from this card, as well as looking at this ancient drawing of a dragon here in the background of this card. It's, calling up that ancient knowledge and wisdom that I believe we all carry, and so that's why I wore my big Ancestor energy sweatshirt today, because I feel like the ancestors are asking you to really make intentional movement and begin to take action on that movement. Again, we see the little sphere here, this little golden orb, with that creativity, and as well your confidence is held within that as well. And even the praying mantis here that he is holding, very powerful warriors. So to me, showing that you've been through a lot and that you've had to do what you've had to do in order to survive. But you've done it in a very kind way is what I'm getting from this. I see the prayer beads on this warrior's arm here that shows me that you have overcome many challenges in life, and you've done it in a very graceful way, and you've kept moving forward. So just like that Shaolin master, you've been able to master this life, and through that creativity, again with the orange robe on the Shaolin master as well. The card that's coming up after the Shaolin Master is a warrior, so being fearless and standing strong. So when we think about this graceful movement and moving with intention, it sounds like a spirit is asking you to use your warrior quality to be able to move forward and to stand strong in your convictions. And maybe you've got this inner knowing or this inner messaging that is asking you to be fearless with what it is that you want to move forward with, and stand in your authenticity, in your integrity, and know that you are being guided in a good way on this path. Beside this message, beside the warrior, we have the great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. So I love to see that this is the sacred geometry that is in the background as well here. with the dove symbolizing peacefulness, and seeing this great teacher who is Jesus, or this Christ consciousness that seems to be resurrecting itself, and not so much in a religious sense, but in that spiritual sense. And this is what it's saying, is learn from those spiritual experiences. Be that great teacher. So maybe you involve yourself in doing ceremonies for Mother Earth and for all of creation. Really soaking in those experiences when you have an opportunity. Even just connecting with Mother Earth, I feel, is a spiritual experience. And if it's something that you do on the daily, I believe that you are this great teacher, and that you have learned from your spiritual experiences. And it hasn't been from sitting on the fence. What I get here is that this warrior has made decisions based on their experiences, your intuition, that inner knowledge, the messages that you get from Spirit or from Creator. So, standing strong, not being that fence sitter, not playing both sides of the fence. You know what you want. You've mastered the movement throughout life with beautiful intention, and you're taking action on this, and you have become this great teacher by being this spiritual warrior, this one that has, done and accomplished the smaller missions in life with integrity. Beautiful cards, absolutely beautiful. I'm really being drawn to this warrior's earring being on this right side when or I guess it would be on their left side. So bringing in that balance of masculine and feminine is kind of what is coming to me here. And there's also a focus on the mouth on this warrior, about being fearless with what this warrior is saying and talking about. Being that great teacher and knowing that your guides are protecting you as you carry out your life's mission here in a very peaceful way. It's nice to see this dove here, is to say that you really don't need to worry about your path forward, because you are being guided and protected by Spirit. And again, we have this elder. We see move beyond ancestral patterns. So very, very interesting here, especially when we see this big ancestor energy. We see this elder who talks about moving past those ancestral patterns. And I think at this time, especially being in winter time, we have that opportunity to really self-reflect on some of those patterns that we've had from our past. And I think I'm going to try to get a little bit more information here on these cards. It's our beautiful Angels and Ancestor Oracle cards going with our big ancestor energy for this weekend. I'm going to get some of the cards here from the tarot and ask the Spirit to give us any messages for the collective, just to clarify this messaging here. Let's see. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Three of Pentacles. So when I see this Queen of Wands, she embodies love, empathy. She cares about community. She has this psychic ability, connect with her emotional maturity too. She's able to manage her emotions in a very balanced way. And when I put this down on top of these other cards, it's above the Shaolin Master and the Great Teacher, and learning from those spiritual experiences, which this queen would be very well versed in, learning from the spiritual and emotional teachings in life. And then we have beside it the Three of Pentacles. And so when we see this Three of Pentacles, we see a solid foundation. You may be in the beginning stages of a work project. It may have to do with spiritual and emotional, of the spiritual and emotional nature. So you might be just starting out on this path. The Three of Pentacles, really building that solid foundation with quality and workmanship, I would definitely say that there is, and there could also be a collaboration happening here as well. So coming together, maybe you know, looking at all of these guides that I see here with the Shaolin Master, the Warrior, the Great Teacher, and the Elder, maybe there is an opportunity to collaborate with others who you feel may be fulfilling those roles. And we'll get a few more cards here from Spirit. Let's see any more messages for the collective regarding these cards. We have the Queen of Hearts here. So I just finished describing the Queen of Wands as the Queen of Hearts. So we do have the Queen of Wands here, which is the mastery with spirit. So a very fiery or a passionate person who is, maybe you're on a journey of making some financial gains and some stability, using this psychic ability, this capacity for love, for spirituality. And then we have the Moon, that Cancer card, or maybe things that are somewhat hidden in the dark. And when we think about that, being in the dark, it's where this mystery is. I think of it as this feminine energy from Grandmother Moon, who is there, where spirit is maybe not showing you exactly the way, but you're having to rely upon your emotions and your spiritual connections as to what the path forward is, maybe on this project that you are working on, this collaboration. But it is definitely something that you are passionate about, you are wanting to achieve. And then we have the Star card and the Hanged Man with the World. Very powerful major arcana cards, showing that you have the skills and ability to share your knowledge with the world, or in whatever capacity you feel. Maybe it's through the psychic arts, or even just the creative arts. Maybe you sing, you speak, you do artwork of some sort. But to me, it's a passionate project that you are working on, and that you have mastered. You have mastered the ability to collaborate with others who are on your same frequency. This is what I see coming in for you here. And like I said, you may not exactly know, but it is definitely something that you're passionate about. And maybe what you are unaware of is just how successful this endeavor is going to be for you with this Star card. With the Star card, the Hanged Man, and the World, and they literally came out in those three areas. So you are the star, and you're taking this time out to really focus in on that inner knowledge and wisdom. And with the World card, you have closed out a chapter and beginning a new chapter. So I do feel that you have all the ability to be this star and to be the change in the world. Something that's going to be a very passionate project in collaboration with someone who works from the heart, or maybe this is even you, where you work from the heart. This passionate project where you're working from the heart. Beautiful messaging. I just also want to get an angel card for the weekend and see what angels are walking with us, or the messaging that we would need for this weekend under this new moon in Capricorn. New moons are all about setting our intention, and with it being around long-term growth, this would be a great weekend to set your intentions, maybe have an opportunity to write down your goals for 2026, and maybe you could even narrow it down to a monthly goal or a vision for yourself. So we have two messages from the angels, and the first one is trusting. All will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and to heal you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. So trusting that you are protected and you are being divinely guided on this passion project, that you will receive some notoriety from it. Not that you are necessarily looking for any type of notoriety, but it is definitely your calling. I can definitely see here with these powerful major arcana cards that it is your calling. And the next message we have here is the middle path. Embracing both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. I find it interesting that this is the message that has come up when, when I was just talking about this warrior, about being fearless and standing strong in what it is that you feel passionate about. With this middle path card, it is talking about that balance. So maybe you have let go of an old way of reacting to situations, that you're more balanced now as you move into this new moon in Capricorn, embracing both sides of self, so the yin and the yang, the divine masculine and the divine feminine that we carry within us. So finding that peace in your life. And when I look at this middle path and I see the balance for a more peaceful life, it brings me back again to this great teacher, or this Christ consciousness that we see here, and seeing the peacefulness with that dove. So finding your middle ground, deciding on what battles need to be fought. What hills are you willing to die on? And maybe you're not willing to die on any hill. Maybe you're coming from a more balanced approach where you just want this peaceful life. And I feel that you are moving into this peaceful life, and you have mastered all of the things in that divine masculine past, where you had to use your divine masculine in order to move past all of those trials and tribulations. And now you've moved into this peaceful existence as this great teacher and elder. Ever beautiful. We are our own ancestors. I always say that. Time is not linear as we look at it here. And so being able to access that ancestor energy and know that you have the wisdom within yourself. Just take an opportunity to sit with yourself and do some deep breathing and see if there's any messaging that comes through to you. I know that it can be difficult to try to meditate, and I do have various exercises that you can do to help calm the mind, because it really is the mind or the ego that is consistently running and trying to get you to think about the next thing that you have to do. So there are different breathing techniques that you can use to help to keep the mind busy enough to calm the central nervous system and be able to tap into that inner wisdom. So Chimigwech, thank you so much for listening today and hearing your reading about the big ancestor energy we have this weekend. So make sure that you get your intentions written down for the year to build that long-term steady pace for 2026. Take care.